so that they can be able to understand themselves and support each other. They just don't want to be excited about life, but they want to shape it. They want to understand what's in their future and how they can be able to journey together as a team, as a community to the future. They want to determine, they want to shape their future. I'm interested to finding out the ideology behind, the thinking behind putting together that team so that it can be able to support what they're thinking. So I just want to invite you to take time to work with us. Let's talk together. Let's do these things together so that at some point we will be able to, we'll be able to learn a lot from what they're doing and how we can be able to benefit, especially from what they are going to share. Thank you so much. I'm happy to join with you today, and as usual, every Tuesday comes with nice things. Today's nice things are here. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
How is West Pokot?
West Pokot so good.
Yes. Before I went to West Pokot, they used to tell me there are mountains, and I actually saw hills, not mountains. You see, a mountain is like Mount Elgon. There's none there. You see, but the landscape is quite hilly, up and down, right? Welcome to Bugmama.
Thank you so much.
We have a conversation to talk about, but before we do any of that, I'd like to give you an opportunity to introduce yourselves. I don't know who is senior to who. Let's begin with the gentleman.
You're allowed to introduce himself first.
Introduce himself first.
Yes.
Okay, fine. You got the honor. Let's begin with you.
My name is Jonathan Tai. I'm a youth leader, Team 10 Movement from West Pokot County.
Yes. Team 10 Movement, right? We'll come back to you to tell us what is it we're talking about when you talk about Team 10, right? My brother?
Yes. Good morning, viewers of West TV. My name is Griffin Kakuko Loktari. I'm a member in this Team 10 movement, and I'm a youth leader. Yes.
Good. Do you have to be a resident of West Pokot to belong to the Team 10 movement?
Just like you have said, Team 10 movement. Something that is moving does not have limitation.
It can be anywhere.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Let's begin like this. We usually begin with a proverb. My proverb today is a child who is not embraced by the village will burn it to fill its world.
What I can say is that as movement that we are catalyzing to make change in every society, that this movement that we are moving is something that the main aim is changing the lives of the people. And this is what we want to do, is just to mobilize our people to improve their living standard and make their life better, not only in West Pokot but across this country.
Okay. You didn't interpret my proverb. Let me come to you. What does that proverb mean? A child who is not embraced by a village will burn it to fill the world.
From what I understand, that one is quite hidden, but to my understanding, what it does mean is everybody wants to belong to somewhere, and you start with what you know. You start from the known to unknown.
Yeah.
So if you are rejected in your own place, you will find yourself, you will find that you are driving, you will be craving for that cognition. And by doing so, if the people keep resisting you, you will find ways to make them embrace you. And if they do not embrace you, you will be controversial. You will do things that will draw attention to you. And in the process, you might likely burn. You might likely burn them or burn yourself. So the point is, at the end of it all, it will lead to a disaster.
Okay.
So everybody needs to be Kila mtu anataka kusikizwa. Everybody wants to be heard. That is the nature of human beings.
Interesting. You see, Team 10. Why Team 10? Why call it Team 10?
Team 10 movement come to arise as a result of political realignment of 2022. We realign ourselves to teams or leaders that we make MOU with them. Like one of the leaders that we make MOU is the sitting governor Simon Kachapin, Murugor Senator, because they were UBA, and then Umar Honorable Ral Chepcheptindia. Then MCA, we have our own candidate during the 2022 election. Team 10 come to rise as it was a movement to change leadership, because we believe in development go hand in hand with good leadership. That's why Team 10 came across, and we organize our members 10 each in every polling station, and we have more than 800 polling stations in West Pokot County. So that movement, their main aim was to change leadership and change life of the people of West Pokot. That's why we have leadership now.
Yes, to add on that, the idea behind Team 10, I know that you are really concentrating on the part of 10.
Yes.
You know, wanasema kidole kimoja hakivunji chawa. The human anatomy, you have 10 fingers, 10 toes. Even if one misses, it will be a disaster to you.
It will be felt.
Yeah, you will feel it. The same way you're saying, that if the vein does not embrace you, you will burn it. Even if one of the finger is not there, you will feel it. So apart from the numbers in the polling station, the ideology behind it, that every part of you and every part of you and everybody is needed to make change. Yeah. The way they say no man is an island, that's the knowledge behind it.
It is a collective responsibility.
Yes. Why is Team 10 important to you?
Team 10 is important because it has a number of goodies inside it. Like in Team 10, after the election, we come down and sit and plan how are we going to help our people who bring good leadership into power. That's why Team 10 sit down and come with the brilliant ideas of making sure our members are empowered by the leadership of the day. That's why we decided to recruit our members into 10 again, the way they were doing during campaign 2022, and ask them like we do like a public participation to ask them what do they want, and what thing they feel that they will do better if they are given opportunity. That's why majority of them come up with an idea of sheep farming and chicken farming, and it's doing best. Like right now, if you visit our Team 10, the best sheep and the best chicken and the sweetest one are from Team 10.
Okay.
Because the team are united.
You are saying you moved from mobilizing politically to starting economic empowerment.
Economic empowerment, yes.
Going by the landscape,
Yes.
political landscape in
Yes.
West Pokot,
Yes.
how instrumental was this Team 10? And going forward, how is it going to hold? Or is it going to transform into something else?
Director, what I can tell you is, when you're hungry, you'll not even have the right mindset. Every problem starts with the stomach. After the stomach, then it reaches the brain. So we found that if we are not economically empowered, we cannot make right decisions.
Yes.
So even before, we realized that during elections time, we make our decision using our stomachs, not our minds. So we decided, let's empower ourselves economically, so that when we'll be speaking about issues in the near future, it is through the mind, not through the stomach. So the sustainability comes from feeding yourself first. Yeah.
So the thinking here is, of course, you got the fruits. First fruit from Team 10 was to give you the leadership you wanted.
Yes.
So the second line of fruits is to empower yourself enough economically so that you don't depend, right?
Yes.
How is that coming on? How is that working?
Just from what my friend has said, as I said earlier, you start from the known to unknown. We use the resources that are there. Chicken farming is not quite expensive. We can mobilize. You get your one-day-old chicks. We get around 5,000. We have close to 50. So from there, it is doable. See, not rocket science. You don't need a lot of these 10 members. If you group yourselves every week, let's get 100 shillings. This week, yeah, let's look for him 10.
Like merry-go-round.
Yes, that is it. So that is how it is working.
Are you saying that it can go beyond 10? As it's 10 people, right?
Yes.
It can go beyond 10 people.
There are many 10 people.
My brother, it can go beyond. You can't put more than 10 people in that group.
No. The philanthropy is that our members who are within the same locality can form their group. There is no limitation. If there are 20 or what, if they can meet every day, that's the target. Not the locality, people from far. We want people.
People from each location.
From each location, each village, even each village. Yes.
But then initially it was constituted alongside the polling centers, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, in this polling center, why do you pick 10? Why not 20? Why not 50?
I can answer you.
Yes.
It's about management. It's about management. You give people easy tasks first. You don't start with big tasks. The same way a baby crawls first before he starts. Then you can manage it now. You can expand. So it's not it's a movement. It's moving. The basic idea is let's start small, then we grow. You know, there's this idea that you have to become big very fast. No, kila kitu inaenda pole pole. It is Team 10 is more of just a movement. It is also a way of living. Just start small. Anza pole pole, then you grow. So it's not closed into 10 only members. Just for a start. Can you manage yourself at 10 members? Can you go that merry-go-round and be disciplined? It is as easy as that.
When we look at the power of the youth,
Yes.
and the challenges the youths go through, you are a young man yourself. What is it that you desire to do and to get as a young man?
As a young man, what I desire to do is to change first my society.
That's too big. How are you going to do that?
Because as a Team 10 already, as we have said...
No, not Team 10. You, as an individual.
As an individual.
Yes.
As me, the desire that I want to achieve is first is to do something that many people have not done in society.
When we look at the West Pokot context, the power of the youth,
Yes.
As an individual, how do you want to use that power, or how would you like to exploit it?
Yes, within Team 10 movement, we also have a slogan that is geared towards the youth. We normally say youth power, our power.
Youth power,
Our power.
Whoa, I like that.
Youths have power, and many people know that youths have power. They have found ways to maneuver that power, and they have used the power of youths for their own benefits. So to answer your question, we are encouraging these youths to use their power to enrich themselves and to make sure that they grow with their numbers. First of all is by coming together, like these Team 10 movements. When you come together, you realize that we have numbers. This number, what can we do these numbers? So what can we use these numbers to do? Oh, we can use these numbers to raise capital. That is the power that we are trying to enlighten our people in this people, that you have power, use that power for yourselves. Don't donate that power.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then one of the problems I have with you guys is that you have numbers, but you don't have buying power. So the numbers are there, but you're seated together waiting for someone to come and help you.
No, in Team 10, let me elaborate it. In Team 10, we don't need again to donate our power to other people. We are bringing leadership from our own.
Okay.
Yes, that's why we have our gubernatorial aspirant 2027, which is Grevin here, who is here.
So you want to say that you are not waiting for someone else to come and think for you.
Yes.
You are thinking it on your own.
Yes.
But that becomes a little tricky. because how do you, you don't have capital, you don't have resources. How do you manage it? Because you just talking about empowering these guys, and those who are supposed to help you empower them are threatened by your presence. Because that's what happens usually. We are threatened by your being there.
I can tell you, for us in West Pokot, capital is not a big factor. And I'm not saying that to impress the viewers. The greatest resource is human resource, more than capital. Even if you have capital and you don't have the human resource, it is all nothing. The way we are changing that mindset is by telling ourselves that if we combine my 1 shilling with the 1 shilling, becomes 2 shilling. The problem of capital tunaimaliza by me and you working together.
Okay.
Yes.
There is that which we want.
Yes.
It's called ideals. Young people have a lot of idealism. And when there is that which you want, yeah,
Yes.
you tend to make it capital or make it key.
Yes.
Because what you want must happen the way you want it.
Yes.
But then the trouble begins when you now start reaching out, because now the dynamics on the ground are different. You can't achieve what you thought you'll achieve.
Yes.
Looking at your story from 2022, when you mobilized, you got through the leadership, then you started transforming.
Yes.
How are those ideals maintained?
The ideal is maintained because we didn't left our members goes just that way. We make sure we bring them on board and share more ideas with them, so that we can see what problem our members are facing right now. Like right now we have a team called Caregivers, which is much focusing on protecting the elderly in the society. They make sure they visit them, they mendel their houses, clean them, and also taking them to hospital.
They are among the Team 10.
They are among the Team 10. We call them Team 10 Caregivers.
Okay.
Yes. They also help the orphans and the widows in the society.
So you are not only looking at political power and economic power.
Yes.
You are also sharing yourselves with the community.
Yes.
But then there are skepticism. There are people who think that when you do this, as in they want to be resisting you are. How are you managing resistance and skepticism?
I can tell you there is little resistance.
There's little resistance.
There's little resistance, and the reason why there's little resistance is because nobody believes that a youth can give back. It is them who always receive. So, so little resistance because the youths are known to be receivers, not givers.
Interesting. And you see, usually we have a problem with being understood. Do you think you're understood?
For me, I can say being a youth is just a controversy. Just being a youth is a controversy because youth habiliki hasemezeki. So it is very difficult to understand it. That's why we are going out. We are doing things that at least they resonate with the people. Because first of all, a youth is rebellious by nature. By nature, he is rebellious. So it makes it difficult for you to be understood. Because first of all, you're on the defense. Because everything bad is, even the headlines. I'll take for a case for, let's say, what happened in Transvaal. The headline was "Rowdy Youths." That was the headline. You know, saying
we describe what we don't like among you guys.
Yes, that is the only thing.
In other words, we don't understand it.
You don't understand it. So the only thing we do is take a defense. Human nature. If you attack me, I have to defend myself. This is where the misunderstanding starts from. You give the bad side of youths, then the youths defend themselves
by giving you more ones than
yes. The same thing, the problem that you used. When you are not welcomed by the village, you will likely burn the village to fill the warmth.
Interesting. You see, myself, in my nature, from my childhood, when you threaten me, I don't feel threatened. I give you a chance to achieve your dream.
Now you have laid the point So basically, that is it. That is human nature. That is human nature. You have to defend yourself. You'll find yourself automatically defending yourself. We are animals by instinct. We are animals. So we react to the instincts of an animal. It is either flight or attack. Two things.
How is the landscape like politically? What political movement is strong in Pokot right now?
In West Pokot, just like in Kenya, the future belongs to the youth. The future belongs to youth in West Pokot.
So it's not the political party or ideology, no.
No.
It is a group. It is the youth versus everyone else.
That is the conversation. Just to make other people's heart go easy, the future is the youth. If you are not in line with what they are thinking and what they are saying, you'll find yourself alone. As a matter of fact, I'll give you another good example. Mm-hmm. Right now, you will find that the youths are not in the political conversation. They are quiet. But when they speak,
they shape the opinion.
You will feel it. You will feel it. You can call a political analyst to come and give you the landscape, how things are going, but qua ground, it's very different because nobody is inviting them and they have accepted it. Now they are talking among themselves. There are many Team 10 movements.
Even if they are not called
Team 10, youths are conversing on their own.
You guys told us that you are tribeless, you are
leaderless, and you are partyless.
You are partyless.
That thing was not a joke. Let me tell you my reasoning. Even if you give your callers, your viewers a chance, you will find that they resonate with me very much. But my parents or my elders will find it a bit controversial when I tell them the future is now. They think that you are saying you are the leaders of tomorrow. The tomorrow is even past. It is yesterday. We are living in the future already.
You know, the reason why I have a feeling that you guys are in touch with yourselves and we don't understand you is because maybe the distance you've created between ourselves. In your opinion, what do you think we should do to bring you guys close with ourselves so that the whole world moves together with you?
In my opinion, it's very difficult to bring the youths to on board because the ideology of youths does not resonate even with those elders or others. Because if we speak our own voice as youths, they think that maybe we are rebellious. They think negative about us.
Of course you are rebellious.
Yes,
it's rebellious not because you are rebellious, it's because you don't understand you.
Yes, it is difficult to understand us. And even the creativity that young people has, to them it's very difficult to adapt that creativity. You see even that the recent protest of last year that goes on, you see how social media was used by young people. And even now, social media is being used by young people. And that young people, those who are in power fear the young people. And it is still very difficult to bring us on board. And now we as the youths, we have known that we are the future, and future is now. So we want to rise into power so that we can resonate with our fellow youths.
Yes. Do you have an example of how the present day young generation is differing from the previous years' youth generations?
Yes.
Because the previous years, we followed the Bible.
Yes.
The Bible told us that adults must be respected and given their space.
Yes.
These generations want to question even that scripture, whether it was written with them in mind. Can you give us examples of how the previous young generations and the present day young generation are different?
Yeah, I can tell you for a fact that I have to thank the late President Mwai Kibaki when he brought free education. What you're seeing is the power of education. I can tell you the kind of books we read for my case during my high school time. Books like Betrayal in the City, books like Kidagaki Mamozea, books like The Caucasian Jokes Circle. It was speaking about accountability. It was speaking about justice. The mindset that the youth of this generation have is an enlightened one. You cannot scare them. Always woga. They have learned from history, not by experience. They have learned from history, and they know how bad it is. They know that our parents practiced patience. They sacrificed so that they can get better education and they can change their lives. So when we see that somebody is trying to use old tactics, we know the results by history. Ukifanya hii, utapata hii. That's how we are different from you. We've learned from you. We are evolving.
Okay.
Yes, it is survival for the fittest. If you don't evolve, you are wiped out. That is what is happening.
You see, Kevin and Lawyer Tom is one of the leaders from West Pokot.
Yes.
She told me that Kibaki, during Kibaki time, 2003,
Yes.
free education made a lot of you guys to go to school.
Yes, that's very true.
And because that generation, from those guys who went to class from 2003, beat the numbers of the entire history of West Pokot.
That's very true.
You know what that means? It means enlightenment, inconsistent with what you just said.
Yes.
But then another issue comes up almost immediately. You can't be understood. So how do you break yourself with your old selves?
I can tell you the beauty of our constitution. 2010 speaks about democracy. What's democracy? Democracy is done for the people, by the people, and for the people. Now there's a problem that comes to democracy. It is called the minority have their say, but the majority have their way. For a long time, the minority have been having their way.
And the majority
have been having their say. So we are just just reminding you that we have tolerated you for so long. Now let us have our way, and you have your say. This, when you look at the population, the youths are the majority. How do you expect to lead us with your minority mindset, and you want to lead the majority? That cannot happen. It defies the logic of nature. That one cannot happen. That's why you see this thing is flowing smoothly, if I may say. We are just doing what nature accepts.
Yeah. Interestingly, you see, when you mobilize as the youth, there is so much energy.
Yes.
Okay? The thinking around young men, it comes with a lot of energy in them. Okay? So, how do you manage this energy to make it productive? Is it just by giving them something to do, or talking to them, or listening to them, or how do you manage this huge energy by young people?
The energy that we use is by organizing seminars, also rallies for young people. That's when youths will come together and we share a lot as youths because we resonate the same.
If there's something you like to change in West Pokot today, what is it?
Something that I want to change in West Pokot is mindset of saying that the elderly will continue leading and leaving the young people. Because right now in West Pokot, if you see leadership, it's only for the old, the ages have gone. The rise of young people into power, they are only few. So we want at least more youths to come into power so that they can hear even our voice as young people.
How are you going to manage that? Because UDA, President Ruto is the president in Kenya, right?
Yes.
UDA is a party and it's so powerful. The two people are so powerful. Yes. UDA is very powerful.
Yes.
President Ruto is very powerful.
Yes.
In West Pokot, the ruling party is UDA. Yes. The majority MCAs are UDA.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So how are you going to advance your agenda? These are the same people who you guys organize and put in power. And
yes. Yes.
It means you still have a very good relationship with them.
Yes.
So how are you going to manage that?
First of all, I want to assure you that in life, if you decide to keep quiet, somebody or the person stepping on you will keep stepping on you. So you have to say no. That's the first step. When you say no, he might have a chance or she might have a chance to ask you, why are you saying no?
If they so wish.
If they so wish. But if they don't, you have already registered that I'm not for this. You make your stand. That's how we are achieving it. We are making our stand. And not only by words, by actions. By showing them that if you hear us, we'll be doing this and this and this. And those things we are doing, the things that we are doing in Team 10. We are preaching what we are doing. We are not preaching water and drinking wine. We are saying, in our own capacity, with our own resources, this is what we are doing. We are rearing chickens, we are rearing sheep, some of us are caregivers, we are charitable people. So we preach in our own little ways. Another thing that we are doing, even if one of us has an issue, we go for Harambes for ourselves. We don't call politicians to come for Harambes. We go ourselves
and support
each other. We are humane. That's why we are telling our people, be humane. Treat somebody the way you want to be treated. That's basic knowledge. Why should I hurt you and I don't want to be hurt? So we are doing the thing is, you have asked, how do you want us to change the status quo? And the issue about the ruling party and the ruling, I want you to understand that power belongs to the people. And if those people are enlightened, they are in big trouble.
Okay, now, what is it you want to change in West Pokot?
For me, what I want to change in West Pokot, first of all, is management of resources. West Pokot is a county of hidden treasures. There is a lot of wealth in West Pokot. I can assure you, if you come and live in West Pokot, you won't be poor. Forget poverty. But the issue is management of resources. How do you manage your resources? And some of these things you can only learn when you're academically enlightened. And if you have the heart to give back to the community what you have learned.
So you are saying the current leadership is not doing that?
Really, they are just surviving on the equitable resources. If that money does not come, there's no West Pokot County. There's no creativity that they can create their own revenue. There's no creativity to use their own resources to enrich themselves. If the national government does not release the equitable share resource, there will be no West Pokot County.
How so? As in, the place you've just said is so rich.
I've told you, you can have gold and you don't know it's gold. But if I tell you I know that market for gold, and then you can benefit from the gold. But if you have it and you don't know where to sell it, it's called lack. Even the Bible says, my people perish due to lack of knowledge.
But you see, you are remaining a lot more vague. I want you to be specific.
Yes.
What is it that you want to change for West Pokot? And what is wrong today with the leadership of West Pokot?
I've told you the management of resources, and I'll give you an example for that.
The management, the resources you're talking about is what the national government gives them.
Let me tell you, the money the national government gives you is that money should help you to be independent or not to depend on anybody. I'll give you a case, for example. I come from Leland Ward. That place is fertile. You can grow potatoes, you can grow coffee, you can grow tea. So the way you empower people is by making sure that, for example, if they have their coffee, you as a government, if you have the resource that they have given you by the national government, you make sure that this coffee reaches the market. And how does it reach the market? By making sure that the roads are accessible. You have helped that person to utilize the resource that he has. That is what I mean by managing our resources. For the case of the valley, they have the best honey in Kenya. The best goat meat comes from West Pokot. That farmer who has 100 goats, if you can make sure that his goats reaches the market, the resource that he has, it will help him. That's what I mean by utilizing the resources that we have. That's why I was saying it is rich.
So the current administration in Kapenguria today
Yes.
has looked the other way. They're not interested in empowering the locals.
No, it's just the same way you have said. The understanding. Kujua ile kitu mtu anataka, they are very far from what the mwananchi needs.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the point. You know, when you're leading somebody, you do what you want. What you do is not what you think. You do what the person wants. That is what leadership is. I should not bulldoze an idea on you. Even if I build your hospital, and the issues that you have, let's say you have an issue with water, and I build your hospital, I've not helped you. I'm not helping you there. So what is it that the mwananchi wants?
The Mwananchi of West Pokot today
Yes.
needs to take the resources to the market.
Yes, that is it.
And the resources are in plenty. You keep on touting your mbuzis and kondos and kukus.
Yes.
And you've just added honey
Yes.
to the equation.
Yes.
That the resources are in West Pokot and they're very good.
Yes.
Okay? And you yourselves have not organized them and branded them. So you want the county government to come and brand them. Is that being realistic?
According to me, West Pokot is a county of hidden treasures where many things are there. My friend has said only honey and gold, but we have many things. Even charcoal. We have seen even when we are coming to Bungoma, charcoal come from West Pokot, which means even people of Bungoma here are going for the best charcoal from West Pokot County. So West Pokot, we have many things. We have even gold, and gold even is working perfectly. The brokers are coming from far. It's no longer even the locals. The locals are selling it cheaply.
That's what I'm saying. You yourselves have not packaged yourself. And there is nothing the county government can do, because just as I say, it cannot force an idea on you. It has to be your own idea.
Our idea as a team is that we want to form a movement that is championing for our resources from West Pokot, and also as a team 10 we want to organize to market the goodies that we have in county government, so that we can have a market for our goodies.
Do you want to say something
Yes,
about that?
What I can say is, I'm not complaining. All I'm saying is, we have the resources. Something like disability to a marketplace. Surely that's not the work of Mwananchi. But if need be, I know they dig their own roads. That one I can assure you.
They do?
Yes, they do. They do.
Give us an example. And how many kilometers have they done?
In my place, yes, let me talk about my village. They have done 7 kilometers by hand, so that it can be, so that road is passable by border. West Pokot people, they are not used to complaining, and you not hear them complaining most of the times. That's why they are not sometimes in the limelight. See what opinion do. If there's a problem, they try and solve it. If they tell you and you not work on it, they keep quiet. The way he's saying about the issues of, let's say for example, the animals that are in West Pokot are being transported to Dagoretti, to Bumala, by the people of West Pokot. They're not waiting for the government. All they're asking is, if there's something big, like road, just make sure that that road is passable. That's the only thing. And when we talk about marketing of goods, who has a larger audience between the Mwananchi and the government? The government can easily portray a good image and portray the goods on a larger audience than an individual. That's the only thing.
You see, I'm trying to imagine that there could be other factors that play out and hinders the government from doing what you guys would want.
Yes.
The issue of insecurity with the neighboring borders, the two counties you guys border with.
Yes.
There is always a problem with how can individuals along those borders feel safe, in my thinking?
In my thinking, the issue of insecurity has been blown out of
proportion.
Yes. Those are just criminals. The same way you have criminals in Bongomo, where if they see your phone, they snatch your phone. Those are just criminals.
So they have to be dealt with?
Yes, like criminals, not like our community. Those are just criminals. You make sure that the government lives up to security. It's not that the community is hostile, no. It is just few elements of and criminality breeds where there is space for engaging criminality. If you tell me there is the place is not accessible, then how can there be security? Because the officers cannot reach that place. So the setting itself breeds the criminality. That's why you see, if you set up more schools, more people will be enlightened. The person who has a criminal mindset will say, okay, these people, maybe they can call the police, they can mobilize, because they know this is wrong. But when you leave them alone.
Wait. The narrative we have about West Pokot and the insecurity with the borders, bordering Turkana and KO.
Yes.
You are saying that the narrative we have is wrong.
Just as I've told you, Pokots do not complain. They just hear what you're speaking on the TV, then they say, what matters is what we know on the ground. You can speak what you want to speak, but what matters is what I know. The criminals come from both communities. There's no Luya who is, you cannot say that Luyas are criminals. No, there's a criminal who is a Luya. Not Luyas are criminals. There's a criminal who is a Turkana. Not that the Turkana is the criminal.
No.
Yeah, the terminology, you see, sometimes the media likes controversial things. And when nobody refutes the theory, then if you keep
the narrative stays.
Yeah, the narrative stays.
The history is shaped by you guys who are quiet.
Yes.
Because why are you quiet? Why can't you come up and tell us that this is the right picture of the...
Let me tell you why I was saying earlier that you people will find it hard to understand us. Because you always say that wazee wakisema imeisha. So that's why we are changing those things. We are telling these wazee that we should not keep quiet when somebody is saying you're a thief and you're not a thief. Say I'm not a thief. Say no. Then I was telling you that if I step on you and you don't say no, you continue stepping on me. Some of the things that we are doing is by when you give us such platforms, we can be able to explain to you that those are just criminals. The second thing about the issue of banditry and all that, human nature or the psychology of a human being is when you seem to be protecting me, I will like you. When you seem to be protecting me, I will like you. Now, the politicians like it when there is insecurity, so that they come and say, I will protect you. I will protect you from this community. So it is a political tool to be used. They like it to remain unsafe, so that they can use that thing by telling you that if you elect me, I will protect you from the other community. So they will not say from criminals, no, from the other community.
You see, it has had, you know what you are saying is also consistent with a conversation that has been in the social media, that the criminals which you guys are calling criminals are actually sponsored and maintained by the sitting politicians.
Yes, sometimes some of them, that is what happens, because you want to be protected. You want to feel the warmth of protection, is either from your parents or from even at your you want to feel that you are protected.
Yes.
That's human nature. So they are using that. They have understood that if I tell you I will protect you, you will feel that I'm your champion. People need heroes in life. You have a hero.
So you create a group of mercenaries, yes, or criminals running around with guns, yes, terrorizing people. Then you emerge from the background as a savior, and the people you are sending to terrorize are actually your own boys.
That's very true. When Orengo said that government eats its own people, he was speaking the truth. He was speaking from experience of an old man. That's why we respect old people, because they have wisdom and experience. They know what they are saying. Sometimes, although we are trying to say that we don't want Somalis or this, but we are not saying that we don't want you. It's a way of telling you, just give us some little audience. We show you what
we can do. Let's assume Team 10 members go to run for office. What are the chances they're going to make it?
The chances are big. because right now we have trained our members not to be chasing for handouts. They have already empowered themselves through that merry-go-round and also many things they have done. So they cannot be lured by that 50, 100 of politicians. They can make their own decision as a team.
And their parents who are elderly are being taken care of by the caregivers within them.
Caregivers of Team 10 women. Also the orphans. They are being taken also by caregivers of Team 10 caregivers.
So that gives you the boldness to imagine that if you fielded candidates, you're going to win.
Yes.
I don't agree with you.
Let me take you back when I told you.
Before you take me back, we're going to have a number of movements that are going to rival the Team 10s.
Yes, I'm telling you this. That's why I was taking back. I was taking back on the issue of when we reach election time, most of us speak with our stomachs, not with our minds. We are trying to cure that problem by making sure that you have something, so that when somebody comes, you want to hear what is offering, not the money, because there's no problem. You are sure that if I go back home today, I will not sleep hungry. But if you know that you will sleep hungry, you'll be waiting. When will this man finish his speech so that he gives me my 50 shillings or my 100 shillings?
You are not there for the speech, you are there for the 50 shillings.
Yeah, we are there for the 50 shillings. So, and that's what we don't have. We don't have the money to give you. So we make sure that we change the conversation. We want you to have food so that you can hear us, because you cannot hear us when you are hungry. That one cannot happen.
But then I'll come as a politician this time around, not 50 or 100, but 500 shillings.
That's why, even if you give me 100 shillings, then the better for me, because I know my problem was not money. You have just added another, you have added me another money, so there's no problem. I was not having an issue of money. So if you're generous enough to give me more, there's no problem. So you will not be coercing me again. You'll just be giving me the money.
You can do whatever you want to do, but I have an independent mind to decide.
Yes. If you attack the mind, let me tell you, if you lose the mind, however much I speak, you will not get it. So that's what we are protecting, your mind. The second thing, we are sure that when it comes to debate, when it comes to issues, when it comes to giving solutions, these politicians will not beat us. We have solutions, and we'll show them that as a movement, we have done this and this and this. The issue about many Team 10s coming up, the only thing we are grappling with is unity among us. That is the only issue that we have right now. Unity among ourselves. And I'm telling you that these politicians are helping us so much. They are bringing us together. Because nobody wants to hear about the youth. The only time a youth is useful is during elections. And his usefulness, two things. To run the campaign. It is the youth who run the campaign for politicians, and they are the ones who defend the politician. After that, kazi yao imeisha. So this cycle has been happening, and as I told you earlier, we are students of history. We have learned a lot of things through history, and we know history always repeats itself. So the only way we beat these people is by praying that they continue doing what they are doing right now. If they continue doing this, we'll beat them mapema kabisa, because everything in politics is done by youths.
You see, every movement that comes up always comes up with it comes along with those who are rebellious. Okay, who are not rebellious, but who go against the spirit.
Yes.
They are called betrayers. How are you going to handle those who are going to betray the spirit of the time? And you're not going, the untouchables, you can't take them.
Yes.
What we can do with those who will betray us, we just leave them go, because majority knows our philosophy as a team. So if those who will be lured with money or not, we'll let them go. But the majority will still with the mindset, because right now as Team 10, we are championing for many things. And people who know the fruits of championing, the things that we have championed, and it has yielded fruits, they know that these are the right people.
Okay.
Because what I know, the betrayer will end up failing at the end. You will still come back and say, hey, I make a wrong decision, because maybe the betrayer will be given 10,000, and it looks like it's a lot of money to him. Maybe he can buy clothes, he can enjoy, but at the end of the day, he is the one who has lost the big thing, because the group that he was maybe medical round, he no longer get that benefit of the group. He's only working alone. So if you are 10 and one disappear, we have no problem.
Because 9
because we still have 99% assured of.
But then there's another danger with that, because the void that is left with the leadership of Team 10 being compromised and causing them to betray the spirit of Team 10 will leave the larger crowds with a void. They'll be leaderless now, proper. So they will not make decisions or reach out to the conclusions you guys aspired when you started. How are you going to manage that now?
To add on that, in Team 10 movement, we have leaders in every group. Not only that, we have the top leadership. The leadership are rooted until to the ground, which means the group that the youths are run, maybe in 10 in this village, maybe they have the village in Bungoma, there is a leadership there.
So you are saying in each village there is a leader?
There is a leader.
So to compromise the entire 10 movement is not going to be possible?
It's not going to be possible. It is
all
very
you have
difficult.
to do is just compromise the majority. If this village has 5, it has 5, all I need is 3.
What I can tell you is, what I can tell you from what you're saying is, we are not running away from the reality that can happen. But we're only banking on one thing. The only thing that we're banking on is that the thing that we are telling you, the thing that we are teaching you, if you grasp what we are telling you, even if you leave, you will know that I've left, but the ideology was good and it was working, because you can't force somebody. We will not say that we'll box you and make sure that you're not away from it. If you will go and you practice if you go and rear your own chickens, you go and rear your own sheep, you take care of the elderly in the community, that is still a plus for us. Maybe the face value, we might lose the face value, but if our intended target is reached, then we'll take our losses and accept and move on, because that is life also. Sometimes you have to accept things. But we strongly believe that the people we have will not desert us. And if they desert us, then they'll desert us for something better. Because if something better comes than Team 10, why should we stick with the Team 10? We will want to go with a better idea. If there's something better than Team 10 and our member moves from there and he moves to something better, then we really appreciate that. So we are not only prophesying that they will move because of bad things. If they move to good things, that's a plus for us.
What chances in West Pokot has the current president has? Is he going to get the second term from Pokoti people, from the Pokoti vote?
Let me tell you, one very funny thing. In West Pokot, we are not even talking about the issues of the president right now, because there's nothing to talk about the president. We are the last people to cast stones for us. I can give you even a little history. We did stick with the President Moi until the time was buried. We do have a lot of respect with the sitting leadership. The conversation that is going on in West Pokot is our local politics.
You want to organize your house
first? Yes, first. When we reach 2026, I think by December or by January 2027, that's when we know the true fate of our president. But as things stand currently, let me now speak for my generation. I was speaking of the generation that you understand. Now let me speak for the generation that you don't understand. There's nothing to smile about.
Okay. Time is up. We need to finish. So, if there's nothing to smile about, you want to say that there's nothing the national government has done for West Pokot? Or there is something the national government has done for West Pokot?
Nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
Nothing. Because even the last regime project have not yet started, has not yet been finished until now.
Last regime means Uhuru time?
Yes.
What projects?
Like we have Nasukuta Abacha. Until now it's not working.
because the national government, that's a project under the national government.
Yes. And it is a fruit that us as a West Pokot people we are proud of, because that abacha will help us to sell our cows, because it is a slaughter, and it is transported abroad. It will be a plus to West Pokot County if that thing could be working right now.
Yes, I can tell you the roads that were started by the last regime, they have stalled. Since President Ruto came into reign, there's not even 1 kilometer that has, for my guess, for my area in Pokot South, the tarmac road that was supposed to reach a place on Sondan, the road is there. For the issue of Kajilipo constituency, the tarmac road is still at Konyao. The road in Sigor constituency, it is just promises that next week we have brought contractors on the ground. So just as you were saying, when he says nothing has been done, we tick your political book by what we see, not with what you say. Yeah, I mean, there might be some goodies that he has brought, but as I told you earlier, it is I who gives you what I want, not you give me what you want. If you tell me I've nimeandikia CS moja, nimeandikia PS, who told you that we wanted the face value, we want to feel it. If you tell me the economy has changed and I'm not feeling the economy, why should I believe you?
Then it must be the failure of the current county administration not to attract national resources to the village.
It is their right. Why has it been said that if you support the government, that's when you're supposed to be given or to receive let's say the roads or it is your right by the constitution to have those things even without supporting the current government, because you have the right to a political stand.
But you see, the current government and the sitting MPs and the MCAs and the senator and the woman rep are India.
That's
why can't they be conduits of development from the national government?
That's why I've told you the bit is you have asked me about the issue of Ruto. That's why I've answered you the issue. If you have asked me about the issue of our local politicians, then I'll have answered you. They also have their own case to answer, and they be prosecuted differently. Kichapo ya mtoto ni tofauti na ile ya baba na baba.
Kichapo ya mtoto. Okay, now time is up. I wish we had another hour, but time is up. We have to end here. Thank you so much for staying with this is West TV. West TV Morning Scoop comes to you every morning on Tuesday. We look forward for more engaging conversations the coming week when we have a different conversation altogether. Today, as I let my colleagues or my friends, my guests from West Pokot to go, I want to leave you with one question. Do you understand your children? Or you don't? That's the big question, because that's what has come out so clearly, that we don't understand them. So we don't even know what they want. Question is, do we know our children? As you think of those things, I just want to thank you for staying with the West TV. According to I just want to give that. According to the normal things that we do here, we encourage you to stay with West TV. Keep the conversation going. West TV _Kenya on X. We are on TikTok. Whenever you are there, please leave a like, leave a heart, subscribe to our channels. We are on Instagram. Please leave a comment there. On our Facebook, West TV, please leave a message there. And you can also follow me at Mr. Kitui on X. On TikTok is Okwasimiti CKS. On Facebook, Okwasimiti CKS. Let me just give you 1 minute to conclude and say bye-bye. You'll do the same.
First of all, thank you so much, West TV, for hosting us. We are proud. Also, this engagement is very fruitful, and we are looking forward to give us more opportunity so that we can engage more.
Thank you.
Yes, for me, I will just go back to what happened yesterday in Trans Nzoia County and what is happening in Kenya. I want just to urge the current administration to make sure that the political temperatures in Kenya does not rise. If any leader has a case to answer, if we really want to have peace, we should engage the relevant authorities. Let them do their work. It's not very difficult to summon somebody. Summon that person. That is the the way the law was made. I summon you. If you refuse, that's maybe when force can be used. But let's try as much as possible not to create chaos. Western is also a home for us people of West Pokot. I can tell you we have over 10,000 students in Western Kenya. Kibabii University, Kisiwa Technical College.
I'm told Bumbe Technical has a very high number of students from us.
So if anything happens in Western, we also feel it as the people of West Pokot.
Because you're the losers.
Yes, we are the losers. If the political temperatures they are not easy, we do not sleep well as West Pokoters because our sons and daughters are here. Just to also help our viewers, when we are speaking this thing as youth of West Pokot, when you talk about it, let's say for example about politics, I am vying for the governorship 2027 in West Pokot County. We preach what we preach. What we preach is what we do. I'm a gubernatorial candidate, and I have a lot of youths who are vying for MPs and MCS. So 2027 we'll meet there. We have one resolution. As youths, we always say that if you're not at the table where decisions are being made, we are most likely to be on the menu. So we better be on the table. Because
Not on the menu.
We're not on the menu.
On behalf of the director show, Kelvin Kibet, my name is Sigayes.
Anyone else you can do it.